Welcome to Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and the home of the Central Michigan Chippewas, and it looks as if we are due for a full house as we have a terrific game in store. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Akron Zips, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Central Michigan Chippewas. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Chippewas will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Amaro. Smashes through the tackle. Offense getting set for first down. They'll give it to the back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They'll go to the ground. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Douglas. He's going to take off. On the move at the 30. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. The Zips are moving quickly down the field. Runs through a tackle. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. They're setting up the screen. At the 20, he's got space. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with a blitz, and the offense had the screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front, getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
And the Zips trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 2nd and goal. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
This is the 8th play of this long drive, and it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Akron!
and they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The offense lining up for a first down play. On the option. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job on the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Nice job playing assignment football by that defensive end. Knowing what my job is, not letting that quarterback get out, get loose, making a good play, and most importantly, being there in the right spot and getting him on the ground.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Chippewas will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Catches it at the 30. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. To throw, it's Douglas. He's going to throw deep right side. And he makes the catch at the 10. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
So after the huge chunk play, they've got it 1st and goal from the 10. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
He's tackled at the 9-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
3rd down coming. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score Akron 7, Central Michigan 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Akron. Number 0 in the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
For the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet.
And he breaks into the open. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
These quarterbacks are so dynamic. I mean, there's so many ways to use them, too, whether it be the zone read, the jet read, the power read. Like, all this stuff works in so many different ways, and you can tell one fake, and then when he pulls it, my goodness, it doesn't look like a quarterback. It looks like a running back in space that can do some serious damage with a big play there.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Nice job by the defense there, getting a stop on the quarterback behind the line of scrimmage. We know they've been burned a few times early in this game by the QB run, but they weren't going to let it happen there.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
The option look, and he could not get loose on the run.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They've moved it to the 25, but now facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Jefferson. Working the big fella downfield and outside. And he's brought down after a nice gain. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
And the Chippewas want to crank the tempo. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Chippewas. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead. They still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and starting in the second half when you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Here's the handoff. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Leaves it with the back. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
That's a down and distance that would make a lot of coaching staffs pause, maybe call a timeout and think about, but not this one. There was no doubt, Reese, they were going to run the football, try to pick that up on 4th.
Direct challenge to the defense. If you want the ball, you're going to have to take it from us or stop us, and they didn't.
So moving forward in this game, let's just see how this defensive line responds to this. Can they be more physical and start winning their one-on-one battles?
The Zips will snap it on 1st and 10. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. That's reeled in. It's Wilson. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Of 17 on the play. And that's good enough for a first
Here's
down.
this offense with a fresh set of downs. These corners backing off a bit. Looking for a man. It's Douglas. Moves around to clear up the vision. Finds his tight end. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Quickly complete. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Akron! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
And they did tack on the extra point. So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He's going to try his luck from the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Dropping back, it's Jefferson. Fires one high and deep. He's got it inside the 25. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Chips.
Now, a lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. That last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. To the air on first down. Lofts one high and deep. And it's caught inside the 25. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout.
Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Looking to move it through the air. A shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. The Zips take over in Akron, ready to get that offense to work. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Looking for room at the 30. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Touchdown, Zips. And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Central Michigan, 14.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down in the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
On the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And when you run the option, you run the risk of putting the ball on the deck, and especially once that thing starts to string out, and the defense does a really good job playing assignment football, man on a man. I got the quarterback taken care of, and you could tell, had the running back taken care of too. Nowhere to go with that pitch, and they forced the turnover.
Akron has it back, ready to send that offense back onto the field. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Touchdown, Akron! And the stomping has commenced.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Back to throw, it's Jefferson. Caught. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
The slant route is such a versatile route, right? You can throw it against man coverage, zone coverage, third and short, third and medium. It works against a lot.
Going for the big play. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Central Michigan. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The Zips take over at Akron, ready to get that offense to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer. Right back to the well. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. He now has 85 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing.
What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense may be time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
And the Zips have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to seal the edge on the right. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Little touch pass to the receiver. Oh, look at, headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Zips. And the pummeling has started.
Number 6.
He'll try to tack on one more.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Bowling Green may not be leaving town with a blowout victory, but they'll take the dub away from Perry Stadium every time. The Falcons have been racking up road wins since the Urban Meyer days, and they get another one today. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Central Michigan has it back. Let's see what the Chippewas can do on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Jefferson. Looking left. Got him downfield. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. The Chippewas want to pick up the tempo.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks. And the Chippewas are on the move. From the red zone, looking for a man. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man.
Touchdown, Chippewas! And they take it in for 6 more points. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. I mean, sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. So they got the score. The lead is still 18 as they prepare to kick off. He'll bring it out. It's Amaro. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. One final play before the end of the quarter. These DBs going to give a little cushion. The give is to Williams. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the third.
Central Michigan.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They go to the ground. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
He's tackled on the play at the 23.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? They'll toss it to the left. Keeps the legs moving. The Zips are stopped, but not before getting the first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit, too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Zips with the 1st and 10. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Looking to throw, it's Douglas. Extending the play. He'll pull it down and run. At the 45, on his way.
Well, look, I love the fact that he scrambled. He can't take a sack. He can't take a negative play at this point in the game. I just wish he would have stayed in bounds, though. You got to know as a quarterback here, we've got the lead. It's late. I get tackled in bounds. The clock keeps ticking.
And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
Really nice job by the defense. The offense has the whole playbook open to him on 3rd and short. They try to slip in the screen. Did not fool the defense at all. Nice stop by the defense.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Akron.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that 1st down.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep running the football. Everything is going according to plan right now. They've been able to stay on the field. They put some nice plays together back to back to back, and they're bleeding the clock. This is exactly what you practice for situations like this. Just keep doing what you're doing.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him, and in turn you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. They knock him down, and what a disastrous play for this offense, a loss of 10. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This drive facing a little adversity now after that last play. It's 2nd and 20. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Looking downfield, it's Douglas. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, and making a big play.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from their own 1. First up, they've got to avoid disaster. From his end zone, looking to throw, got to take care of the ball. The sure hands, it's Kelly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Caught over the middle. It's Booker. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out. It's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Quick toss. Oh, the ball squirts out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
I love those smashes where you can hear it up here, Reese. Goodness gracious, you can hear the contact. Such a big lick. The offensive guy doesn't hold on to the football. Huge.
Touchdown, Akron! And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Virginia Tech is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Michael Vick should never be counted out of any game. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to NC State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Central Michigan takes over, and we'll get another look at this offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Man, you blitz me, I'm getting the ball out of my hands. Really good job understanding that by the offensive coordinator, this quarterback, seeing the blitz, getting the ball to a playmaker, letting him do some damage, and more importantly, I don't have to throw it way down the field. Just get the first down.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll ride his man on the option. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Maybe some confusion on the snap count there. That's maybe what caused the false start. Either way, the offense is penalized.
Okay, ready?
Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Now on the option. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. At the 35, he's open. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. The Chippewas will line it up on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Jefferson. The quick out.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make it.
Looking for the end zone. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he makes the catch inside the 25. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. He's going to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays, and they've had a great day so far.
He wants to pass it on second down. Fires left. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching